16 of this Planescape Torment Let's Play. I'm Jackson Tyler from abnormalmapping.com. Last time we talked to Farod, got our answers. We know where we need to go, and that is to where we were found. But there's one conversation I want to do before we do this. I did it last time. I talked to Fel, who is in the tattoo parlour, and the conversation wasn't as detailed and interesting as the full conversation we could have. There's more to say there, important things, so I'm going to head back down there and do that first.
You ever get the feeling you're being watched? Yeah.
I do, Anna, but we're fine. Okay, so I'm going to do that, and then we're going to head down the alleyway, do what's right, head into the area of town. This is probably going to be a short episode today, mostly because I'm going to need to stop recording it at a point and don't have that long, but I thought I'm pressed for time. I'm going to get in as many moments to play Planescape as I can, because this game is amazing and I don't want to finish it too late. That would be a poor outcome for everyone involved. Right. In we go here. Hey. Fel, what is up? Translate, Dacom. Ask him if you did the tattoos in his dismembered arm. That's the one. Right. Fel examines it for a moment, tracing the patterns with his finger. He then looks up and a series of rebuses from heavy form, hazy at first, then come sharply into focus. The arm is yours. The tattoos are mine. One tattoo speaks of a time when your path was shared by 4 others. Huh. Okay, what did he say? Dacom, what is... Oh... I knew there was more information, but I didn't realize it was going to go immediately into actually straight up telling me shit. Hang on. The arm is used, the tattoos are his. Did he say more than that?
Updated my journal.
Dacon is silent for a moment, and suddenly, instinctively, you know that Dacon is lying to you. He continues with a dead level tone. The rest of the symbols are not known to me. Why are you lying to me? He does not turn to look at you. He seems to be staring at something leagues away. The symbols, there is no good in knowing the answer to what you ask. I don't want to threaten him. If Dacon's worried about this, then he's got a good reason to be, right? I trust this guy. If Mort was worried about it, I'd be like, fucking hell, Mort, tell me the thing. And, yeah, so I'll do that.
Updated my journal.
There is truth in your words. That truth should be known to me. Dacon is silent for a moment, then he turns to you, his eyes hardened. The symbols speak of 4 you have travelled with in the past. What 4 are these? One unloved who loves one who does not love. Huh. One who does not see what others see, and sees what others do not. Okay. One who is familiar and bound with duty. One who is a slave, and his chains are words. As you finish translating, the 4 strings seem to form themselves into links until they merge into a chain. The chain bends until it is a symbol you feel you recognize. The tattoo speaks of 4 minds. One was a woman who loved a man who knew her and knew not love. The other was a blind man who saw things no mortal eye could see. Another was a familiar, a mage's pet, bought and bound. And the last was a slave. Why did you not want to tell me this? The 4 are bound with a symbol that is known to me. What symbol? The symbol sharpens, gaining edges that are almost painful to your eyes. It is torment. It is that which draws all tormented souls to you. Fel nods at your left arm, at your shoulder. The flesh knows it suffers even when the mind has forgotten, and so you wear the rune alone. What did he say? The symbol is torment. He says that you have always worn it, for the flesh knows that it suffers even when the mind does not. Huh. Fuck, you seem to... I will not speak of it here. Ask when we Ask when what we speak will only be for the ears of those that walk with you. Very well. Does Fel speak about the other two in the arm? Once forgotten, now remembered, you may wear them again if you wish. He says your arm wears forgotten tattoos, he has remembered them, now they are yours if you want them. Sure. Well, I don't know which ones he was talking about. Tattoo of the Four, would it be called? Yeah, I think we're alright. Alright. Let's head out. Let's dialogue. Dakon.
Is your will.
When Fel was describing the tattoo on my arm, you said you knew the symbols. The symbols speak of four you have travelled with in the past. What four are these?
Updated my journal.
The tattoo speaks of four minds. One was a woman who loved, and a man who knew. Yeah, I've done this. Okay. Were you the slave? Dakon is silent for a moment, and the surface of his blade swims as if in turmoil. Know that this one owed you a service. In owing you, it became a slavery. How did this come to be? Know the tale is long. The matter is between me and the other that was once you. Know that if you hear it, know it shall be a long tale. I would hear it. Upon rolling the plain of limbo, the people shape cities from the chaos with their thoughts. Know that there is no place for a divided mind. Dakon raises the blade from his shoulder and holds it before him. As he stares at it, it sharpens until it is almost as thin as a piece of paper. Go on. A divided mind is an unfocused mind. A divided mind fractures walls and weakens stone. As Dakon speaks, the edges of the blade corrode slightly, the metal missing and melting along the edges. Many divided minds can destroy a city. Long ago have I come to know the words of Zerthamon. Through my voice, many have come to know the words of Zerthamon. The Zerth protect the community from all threats, whether to the body or the mind. They are the guiding stones in the chaos. So it came to pass that I spoke the words of Zerthamon without knowing the words of Zerthamon. It came to pass that I no longer knew myself. No, Dakon's voice is edged and his blade sharpens in response. I knew the words. Yet it came into my heart that perhaps others did not know the words as Zerthamon knew them. And so division formed. As my mind became as two, as my mind became divided, those that looked to me as a guiding stone became divided. Many scores of Githzerai, many hundreds of scores of Githzerai zouted. Shrakt Thor died that day. That's at... Oh man. Dakon, you need a hug. I'm gonna give you a hug. The enemies of Zerthamon came. Know that their hatred of his words and the people lent their blade strength. Know that they sensed the weakened city and they brought war with them. Many Githzerai drowned in the chaos and beneath the blades of our enemies. Small beads of metal appear on the surface of the blade as if it is blistering. Know this happened long ago. As I fell from the walls of Shraktalor, know that myself was broken. My blade was missed and my mind divided. I was adrift upon Limbo's seas and I wished to drown. I died for days, my mind awash in division, and when death finally came to me, it wore your skin and it had your voice. Me. You asked that I hear you. As Dakon says the words, your vision bleeds outwards and a crawling sensation begins to worm its way up the back of your skull. You feel nauseous for a moment. Your vision is suddenly chaos-smeared, twisted, and you are someplace else, somewhere in the past. Surrender to the memory. Everything around you is in turmoil. Your vision is hazy, swirling, dizzying all at once. There is mist, pockets of fire, islands of mud and stone, and ice-covered rocks swimming through the plain like fish, impacting and dissolving, droplets of water arcing through the howling air and lashing your skin like teeth. You choke back your nausea and you steady yourself. This is the plane of limbo. All is chaos. Nothing is stable. You focus on the dying man that lies before you. It is why you have come to this place. Examine the Zerth, see if he still lives. The man is a Githzerai, his body embedded in an earthen pocket that swirls around him. Unconsciously he has formed a grave from the elements. And though bits of fire and water lick at his face, he does not respond. His hands are ashen, his coal-black eyes focusing on nothing. His emaciated frame speaks of starvation, but you know it is the least of his wounds. It is faith that dealt him the mortal blow. In his limp left hand is a twisted mat of metal, its surface having melted around his hand like a gauntlet. As you watch, it steams and hisses like a diseased snake. The Githzerai does not seem to be aware of it, but it is that weapon that has brought you here. I mean, read that because that's important. Dakon Zerth of Shrak-Lord, drowning last wielder of the Karak blade, know that I have come to you with the words of Zerthamon carved not in chaos but in stone, carved by the will in an unbroken circle. At the word Zerthamon, Dakon's eyes roll in their sockets and they attempt to focus upon you. With effort, he cracks his mouth to speak, but only a dry hiss emerges. You bring forth the stone from your pack and hold it before him so he can see. Know that the words of Zerthamon inscribed upon the stone are true, and know that your divided mind need be divided no longer. All you must do is take the stone and you shall know yourself again. Dakon's eyes flicker over the unbroken circle of Zerthamon, and for a moment you think that he might be too close to death to recognize it. Then the right hand twitches and he pulls it slowly from its earthen prison. The clumps of earth streaming off it become water in Limbo's chaotic winds. His skeletal hands clutch the stone like a drowning man and his eyes flash. Know that I have saved your life, Dakon Zerth of Shrak-Lord.
Updated my journal.
Dakon's eyes turn from stone and flicker over you, and he hisses again, too dry for a moment to muster the words. He blinks slowly, then speaks, his voice barely above a whisper, but the words are what you wanted to hear. My life is yours until yours is no more. Okay. Wow. Man. This game, that like got to me emotionally in a way that the game hasn't yet. The game plays a long game and creeps up on you. It starts out at this really like interesting but mostly intellectual RPG based on like it's got themes and it's got like it's laying groundwork for future stuff, but it doesn't start out with any like super emotional, you know, gut punch or anything. It just, now that you know these characters and relate to them and understand their issues, that impacts the fact that Dakon totally knew you before, and all the time that he was just chatting with him and doing stuff with him, he was a guy who was like bound to you from before, and you can't trust yourself. And this game, it's so smart. It does so many things right, and the writing is astounding. Like, just look at the way all the prose in this section is. Like, sometimes it has some rusty prose, the game, but for the most part it is solid exactly where it needs to be. Okay. I heard your words, the chaos in my mind became still, I knew myself again.
Updated my journal.
Yes, in knowing its words, I knew myself. But did it save your life, or did it divide you further once you studied the circle? Dakon is silent for a moment, but his blade writhes as if in pain. He is slow to speak again, and when he does, his voice is somber. It divided me. Then did I save your life, Dakon, or did I only add to the pain you already felt? Those words of Zerthamon's, they only seem to divide you more. I see it when you pore over the teachings. I say that I never saved you, Dakon. I only raised you from near death so that you might die again. If you had died in Shrak-Lord, you may have known peace. Your words carry the weight of truth. The death I would have died at Shrak-Lord, that would have been the last death. Every day I have lived since is a new death. Alright. I'm gonna Yeah, I'm sorry, I have to let him go. I can't not. That would be horrible if I don't. You need serve me no more, Dakon. I never saved your life. I only killed you twice. You owe me nothing. No, Dakon's forehead creases in pain and his eyes stare through you. It is not your word that carries the weight, and your word will not set me free. The word that chains me is mine. The torment is mine. I know in my heart that the chains remain. Words will not free them. Yeah, you need to give him a sock. You must die a final death. Yet your path is not death's path. There is no resolution to this matter. Yeah, I will set you free, Dakon.
Updated my journal.
Know that you have added other words to my words. Now you have changed us both. Man! Man!
Updated my journal.
Know that he was different. Know that the differences were not marked on the skin, nor in the way of the weapon, nor in the attire that cloaked him. Know that he was different in the way of thought and the means he acted upon his thoughts. His will became substance. Know that he saw others and did not see them. He knew only how they could serve him. His heart was treacherous and it was cold, and never did its coldness burn him. I was an asshole, apparently. It is not my will you know of this. Did he betray me? I surrendered my word to him. I surrendered myself.
Updated my journal.
The people do not allow themselves to be enslaved to another in deed or chains. If we find ourselves in such a cage, we act to free ourselves, even if it means we must endure another cage for a time. You performed a great service for me, in so doing you enslaved me. I acted to free myself. Know that I surrendered my word and myself to act in your name until your death. That was not known to this one. I surrendered my word to him. I surrendered myself. Know that as there is nothing left that I may surrender except my life, know that I now follow you only so I might die. There's Dakon. Aww. What was the service I could... I mean, I did that one. Aww. So...
Man, what's eating you, Chief?
So he just tells you what to do. So who are the... Alright.
What is your will?
Is there not someone else? Is there not one more question? I need the symbols, okay. What four are these? What, okay, there we go. What can you tell me of the four? The woman was young. She worshipped time, for in her blood she knew of things to come. The archer was a blind man, and he could see the things no other one could see. The path of his arrows always led to the heart of an enemy. The familiar and the slave I know little of. See things to come. The woman's name was Dianora. Yeah, I'd be the woman from the beginning of the game.
Updated my journal.
Know that Dianora was the name she carried. Woman of the archer. I know little of him. I know he was a soldier. I know that alcohol had taken a portion of his life. In blindness he had come to know a different sight, and knowing this he had become strong, yet he did not know his own strength. Before Dakon could respond, you suddenly know the answer. There is a crawling sensation in the back of your skull, and you feel the name surfacing as if from beneath a great muddy ocean. His name was Zachariah. He was blind, but in blindness he gained a second sight that allowed him to see things hidden to others. He was an archer, and where his arrows flew, they found the heart of their targets.
Updated my journal.
How do I find Zachariah then? Is we're going to find him later? Because... tell me about the others. So who's the familiar then? Because there's only one I don't know. Do you know why we're traveling together? Know that the path was known to only you, when it was your path that it was your will that we not know it. Know that those that walked your path knew only the symbol that bound them. Tell me about the symbol. The symbol is torment. Okay. Huh. Well. Ain't that something? Oh. Okay. So, are the other two, or there's only one more? No, there's two more. There's Zachariah, and then, so who we definitely don't have, and then, is Anna one of them? Do I know Anna as well? Because I was tangled up with, oh no. Don't trust the skull. So one of the familiar got to be more? I don't know. Okay. Let's continue on our way.
Done. All right.
Oh no, he's over there. Oh, hang on. No, I've just looked up a thing. I know where to go to find the final. No, not to find Zachariah. That's what the service that man provided. That explains why that guy was there all along. Where is he? He will be up here. It's Palks, right? Drella.
Right.
Oh, stop with that. I have some questions for you. Smuggle me into the mortuary. Let's go. How many times? Many time. Hi. What do you know about me? You see, has I want to get. Right. In we are. We're in. This means that a dustman was like, oh yeah, that's a nice dead guy. I will take his 4 alive companions too and take them to the slab. I think it's up here. I know Zachariah is zombie 311. Oh, where have I gone? Or number 311, I don't know. Hey, hey. 506. No. You! Nope. I have no idea where he is. I know he's in the mortuary. Is it that one? Nope. Leave the corpse in peace.
I'm gone.
Okay.
All right. I'm gone.
Go away.
Done.
Maybe I'm on the wrong floor. First floor. Let's go up. See where he is. If he's here at all. On if for ones. Bow. Oh well, he's not the guy anyway. Doesn't matter. I'll just use my
All right, I'm gone.
ability. I've no idea where he is. Let me have a quick check on an external thing because I don't want to waste time. Where is he? Is it you? Have I already talked to you? 114. Right. Already been in here. Already been in here. Okay, well.
I'm gone.
This is useless. You. I got it. Spone Tell. Answer me. Zachariah? You. By the lady's gaze. His tone takes on a sense of wonder. Aren't you dead, Cutter? Who are you? So it's hard to peel away the filthy shroudkin and see old Zachariah the fool beneath. I like him already. Got a sense of humour. It is I, Cutter. Blessed be the powers, I never thought to see you again. But you changed too, as far as me ears can tell. Have you been making poor choices again? I have, yes I have. Be you dead too? It is a long tale, but no, I'm not dead. Well, Cutter, I suppose being dead's not something one would doubt. But how can you talk to me? Your voice is as clear as a knife. What are you doing here? I'm a stable hand in the most lifeless place of all, be it that I could pass beyond the eternal boundary and have a plane to call my home. But much of my soul was squandered, now I am here. What's it like being a zombie then? It's honest work. The stitching comes undone from Zachariah's mouth and the flesh around his lips peel back in a smile. I care little for it. This guy is great. I hope he joins my party. What led you to this state? His voice drops as if ashamed. It's a hard path following in your footsteps, Cutter, and many terrible things did I see. I took to drink, become half-sodden with the stuff. Yep, I'll do that to a guy. Once, when I was sodding drunk, I signed my body up to the dust. His fate decided to kick me when I was down, and I died shortly afterward. What's that with the mortuary? Place of the dead, run by the dead. There's things not right here, though. Like what? I'll tell you the dark of it. There's a zombie that pretends to be a zombie but isn't. I don't care much for knowing the reason why, but it's a strange thing. I know. Even if his eyes allow me to see him, I can't make sense of numbers. His voice is wrong for a zombie. I know who he is. I've talked to him. I've done his thing. Anything else strange about the mortuary you've noticed? Another thing, that old Githzerai, the one that keeps the preparation room at Dahl, he saved you from cremation a score of times. You're lucky to have a friend in that one. I'm pro Dahl. He just postponed your cremation until you propped him off the slab. Not certain why, really. What can you tell me about previous life? Have you forgotten yourself? Yes. Well, you're a strange one. Always suspicious and watching for someone. Reckon somebody like you got enough enemies in your lifetimes. And there was no denying that anyone who messed up with you ended in the black chapters of the Dead Book. Any specifics? You could be damnably ruthless too. Like when you made me sign that contract or abandon that one mewling chit on Avernus. We had a Baylor of a time as well. None of us ever entertained the notion to jump ship of your watch, son. Oh. I'm sorry I was a fucking arsehole. Like some Silicon Valley startup boss. What else? At your core, you looked at what happened to you like taking territory in a war. Everything was like a battle to you, and you were the most ruthless bastard I ever near met. Naught else mattered except for solving that goal. Poor Dianara, with her sobbing and pleading with you, didn't sway you none. The Gith warning you about your strategies, and poor Zachariah just trying to hold on when we hit the plains. You were tough like you couldn't die, but we were only human. Now I guess we're all in the Dead Book, or out, in and out of it, so to speak. Dianara? That feisty chitty would be a soldier, swore she'd follow you to Baitor and back, and by the power she was so addled by the thought of you without her that she did just that. Cared little for me or the Gith, and bad little it was. She was wild with heart poison for you. She was proof she was balmy. I don't understand what the woman folk saw in his scarred mug be there, but it set their blood a boil. It's the 90s, right? You gotta. I'm the dark guy. I'm like that other ninja in Naruto. That's a Naruto reference for you. I'm very timely. I haven't seen Naruto. I don't understand what the woman... Yeah, there we go. She was some rich scut from the clerk's ward and needed something from her. And the only price was that she came with you. Well, we're going to go to the wards after this, I assume, because I got to find that girl in the wards. What did I want from her? One of the darks I never did bring to light, Cutter. Perhaps you tell me. I don't know myself. I had some other questions. What can you tell if he was companions? A motley crew we were, a half-dead man who couldn't get himself penned in the Dead Book if he tried, so ugly that all the powers of death wouldn't take him. A willing advocate's daughter. A Gith exile, a bobbing, jackal-tongued, a half-sodden blind archer like myself. A floating skull. And that filthy talking skull was always hankering for a bruiser. It was, Mort. Always it is. He is. He's the worst. The Gith. Grim-looking Gith, unfriendly inside. He's right there, like all their kind. Didn't trust that Gith a lick, I didn't. See, Cutter, them spindly Giths can care only about two things: keeping out of slavery and killing them squid-headed illithids. Everything else is just lower down the slope, and didn't give a damn about any of us other than you. Why was that? One of the darks never did bring to life. Okay. I mean, I do know, but I ain't going to tell you. I'm going to be on my way. I need to do me a slight favour, Cutter. What is it? His voice drops as if ashamed. I made some mistakes, some damn bad ones to be sure, and one I'm bigger for signing that Dustman contract. If I hadn't been so sodden with Bub, I never would have done it. I regret it, and I was hoping you could set it right. How? Way I reckon this body's going to last a long time, and every day's too long to me. Could you maybe gut me again, Cutter, for old time's sake? The thought of spending another batch of years here in the mortuary with these white faces is a mighty cold one. Can you see it fit to put me back in the Dead Book where I belong? Aww. I'll take you out. I'll kill you, man. Give us a hug first, because I like you. You good, got a good self-awareness about you. You're a funny guy. You got him, and Zachariah falls to the floor with a heavy thud. There is a faint hiss from his body, and you see the chest heave once. Then with a faint rattle, the corpse goes silent. Rest in peace, Zachariah. I'm sorry, man. That is actually sad. That has moved me, man. Anyway,
I'm
I'm
gone.
gonna loot your corpse. I should be able to loot your corpse.
I'm gone.
Why on earth am I unable to loot your corpse? I've checked. Apparently I did. I asked him the wrong question. Because there's an important item inside of him and I need it.
Done.
Because my way of doing this is to, for the most part, I'm going to be,
All right.
you know,
Done.
not using a guide. But I'm using a guide in specific circumstances that I don't want to miss things. But I'm not ruining the story ahead of time because I wouldn't have wanted to know what happened there. But
I'm gone.
But attack him. Yeah. Okay. Load. It would be autosave. Alright, but we've had that conversation, so I'm just going to skip through it next time.
Knowing the teachings of Zertha.
Let's level up the thing. Because he's there. Alright, and then we'll go talk to the guy again.
All
God,
right.
I'm useless. And then we'll just quickly do this. Okay. You just do it. So yep. Okay. Zachariah. Here are you. Not dead. Sorry about all this. What are you doing here? What's it like being a zombie? Yep. Not later state. Watchery. Like what? Else. That'll do to me exactly. Interesting answer to the question. Okay. Hair previous life. Yes. Specifics. Anything to help. I said Dianora rather than anything else, and that was a problem. Anything else? You left something when you left us, Cutter. You left Dakan without a master and the skull without a friend. Me, you stabbed something so deep inside of me it never came out when I was alive. Caused my blood to run cold. It did, that thing sitting like a lump of lead inside me in my chest. What is it? I don't know, but it changed me somehow. Changed my insides. I was already dying when you put it in me, so I wasn't too concerned about it at the time. Can I have it back? It was buried pretty deep, but I have an idea of where it is. There are scalpels and directions from me. You better get it back. You got a scalpel? No, but I ought to be able to tell the stitches. Sure, do it. A little more to the left, a little more. Put it out. By the lady's gaze. Apologies, Cutter. I thought the dustman took all those organs out of you. Give it another go. Maybe that's right. Well done, me. You're holding a blackened fist out that is extremely heavy for its side. It looks like a heart. Okay. I'm gonna be. I don't think anything else got added into my journal. So where am I? Rest in peace. All right.
I'm gone.
There we go. Liver and heart. What does the heart do? Permanent 1 to dexterity when broken. Usable only by fighters. Okay. That's useful, but I need to. Okay, I'll give it to Mort, I guess. Mort's dexterity is pretty high, but he could always do with more.
I'm gone.
Alright, well, that'll that'll do for this here episode. Now that that's done, sorry I had to do that again, but you know, we do what we can here in the Planescape Torment Let's Play and save. Next time we're going to head over immediately to the place by the thing where we're going to go to my old dead site where they found my body. Alright. Good job, everyone. Good time, one and all. Thank you very much. See you next time. I'm Jackson Tyler. Goodbye. Goodbye. Goodbye.